Namaskar and welcome again to Planet to Soul Astrology. So friends, hope you all are doing wonderful and enjoying my videos. And yes, we are going to continue the series of your seventh lord in different nakshatras. Seventh house related matters, marital bliss or happening of marriage or partnership, how will be your relationship with your partner, and so many other things, your public image, your social image, so many things we can see from our seventh lord and seventh house. And our seventh lord is bound to come in any of the nakshatras. So I already described the features and characteristic of your would-be spouse or already spouse as per Ketu Nakshatra, as per Venus Nakshatra, as per Sun Nakshatra and as per Moon Nakshatra. If you have not watched those videos, please watch those videos, and I have made playlist also of those videos. So in one section only you can just watch all the nakshatras related to your seventh house matters. Also, if you have not watched my other videos, like each house lord posited in different houses of your chart, like first lord posited in different houses of chart, that series also I have already completed of all 12 houses. So please watch those videos also. They are very informative, and people who are very keen interested to learn so many basic things to advanced things, they must go through all these videos. This will really help you a lot. I'll be putting that link also in my comment section. I'll try to put those links, or in my description box also. You can watch these videos which are put in you can just click on that and you can just watch those videos. So talking about your seventh lord in Mangal Nakshtra, that is, if your seventh lord is posited in Mars Nakshtra, then how would be characteristic, or how would be your spouse? As everyone of us knows that Mangal is very aggressive energy, Mars is very sharp energy, Mars is hot, right? So one will think that yes, this person's spouse will be very hot if seventh lord goes in Mangal Nakshatra. Also, the second thing comes in my mind, that anyone's mind, that if your seventh lord is posited in Mars Nakshatra, even though all planetary positions are aligned in a proper way, but still you are not getting married, or still you are having some or other type of difficulties. That question also comes in mind. Basically, Mangal Nakshatra, Mars is such a hot energy planet. If it is directly aspecting your seventh lord or seventh house, then only you should think much more about all these factors, that why marriage is not happening. Other than that, marriage easily happens even though your seventh lord is of Mangal Nakshatra, but you will definitely find certain characteristics in those people. So, Mangal Nakshatras are divided into two Rashis, that is, in two zodiacs, this Mars Nakshatra goes, because in one zodiac, total one Nakshatra has four charan, four padas, right? So, two padas of Mars Nakshatra goes in previous zodiac sign, remaining two pada goes in next zodiac sign. So, we will talk about all the Mangal Nakshatra, and I will try to describe briefly about all these things. So, total there are three Mangal Nakshatras, that is Mrugashirsha Nakshatra, right, which falls in the sign of Taurus, that is two padas falls in Taurus sign, right, two padas falls in Mithuna Rashi, that is Gemini sign. So, Gemini people who are having Mrugashirsha Nakshatra as their seventh lord also will be facing the same thing what Taurus people are facing or experiencing. Another Mangal Nakshatra falls in the sign of Virgo and Libra, that is called as Chitra Nakshatra. So, two padas of Chitra Nakshatra falls in Virgo and two padas falls in Libra. And lastly, the last nakshatra is Dhanishta or Ganishta, whatever you pronounce it. First two padas of Ganishta Nakshatra or Dhanishta Nakshatra goes in the sign of Capricorn, and remaining two padas comes in the sign of Saturn. That means this Mangal Nakshatra is only holding Saturnine energy lot into it. That is why we see these people are more curious and courageous people toward research, towards performing the task, and towards completion of task. If your seventh Lord Nakshatra happens to go in Mrugashira, right, that means you can consider Gemini as well as Taurus. I will not bifurcate again. Only one thing you have to keep in mind: if it is in Gemini, then Mercury, Mercury related things also will come into your spouse, or if it is connected to Taurus, then Venus related things will come into your spouse. So basically, Mrugashirsha Nakshatra, when we talk about, it is having a shape of Mruga, that is Harin or deer, what we call it as. That is why your spouse will be very fast thinker, very much honest person, satisfied person, like get satisfaction very soon, do not have much hunger, do not run after the things, feels satisfied, very samadhani, what we call it as. The proper word is samadhani, santoshi, what we call it, get satisfied. One more thing about your spouse is God fearing people, spiritual people, or religious people, believe in God even though they do not go every day to temple or do not do any type of puja part, but still they believe in God, that there is some power, some energy in this universe which we have to surrender. That surrenderness is always there in Mrugashirsh people. They are talkative. If it is in Gemini, they are lavish lovers also. They like luxuries, they like all type of fascinating things, decorative things also. These people are little bit very, we can say, very soft people, or they have less resistance power, because they get tired also very fast, because they consume their energy very fast. Your spouse will be of this nature definitely. Very aggressive also sometimes, like very stubborn nature also. Your spouse will be having tendency of not able to perform very heavy duty work or very heavy work, or will take break and then they will work. This type of work definitely your spouse will be having also. The deity which your spouse is very near to is Chandra Devata, because Chandra Devata or moon is the deity of Mrugashirsha Nakshatra. So you and your spouse both should always worship Chandra Devata, Om Somaya Namaha, or you can just chant Om Chandraya Se Namaha, or Om Chandraya Namaha, or Vedokta mantra, whatever is written in our Shastras. Definitely you should perform Chandra Nakshatra Vrat, or like donation of real ghee, donation of sesame seeds. All these things will definitely work fantastically for you if you are looking for good marriage bliss and looking for good marriage alliance also. If your spouse happens to be in Chitra Nakshatra, like Chitra, or your seventh lord could be in Kanya Rashi, or it could be in Tula Rashi, but of Chitra Nakshatra. So Chitra Nakshatra is connected to pearl. They are very creative people. Chitra people, they are mostly connected to artistic work, or they have some art within them. So whenever your spouse is of Chitra Nakshatra, one thing you have to keep in mind, that your spouse is having tremendous energy of creativity, creating something from nothing. Like this nature definitely your spouse will be having. And at the same time, Chitra Nakshatra is, this is specifically, like, if it is in Virgo sign, then Mercury, very inquisitive nature, very religiously will follow the Shastras, or research oriented personality your spouse will be. Or if it is in Tula Rashi, or if it is in Venus, that is Venus oriented zodiac, then definitely maybe connected to some technical profession. Your spouse will be also connected to some type of engineering work, technicality, some water related business or water department your spouse may be working, or in engineering department or construction department spouse will be working. Here I am talking about both male and female. Even though your spouse will be like always trying some or other way to get the things, your spouse will never sit at one place, always spouse will be in a trying mode. This is the fantastic thing one can get in their spouse, that they are always looking forward, they are not getting low, or they are not feeling okay now, they are not giving up people, basically we can say this way also. And they are self made people, your spouse is self made person, always they do not like to take direct help, or even though they are able to do, they will not try to take any help unless and until it is needed and it is necessary. They will try to do things on their own. Some people, they, even though they are able to do, always they need assistance, but these people never need any type of assistance. So your spouse is definitely a swakartutva or self made person, and very good looking people. Even Mrugashir people also, they are very God fearing and very spiritual people, very good looking people, very peaceful people. At the same time, if Chitra person you will see, they have less peace in them. They are always running after getting something, and always they spark like a pearl. Always they want something to chase, they want some target always. And your spouse may be having some type of eye related issues, or it could be like always by studying too much, by doing constant research, maybe their eyes are getting tired very soon, or we can say that they have little bit headache type situations also. They have to take good care of their stomach also, they have to take good care of their water intake also, proper things they have to follow. And the Aradhya Devata, or we can say the deity for Chitra Nakshatra is also called as Tvashta. Who was Tvashta? So Tvashta was skilled karagir, or skilled person who made one big bow and arrow, that is Dhanushya Ban or Ayudh for Indra Devata. Also he made Vajra. Vajra means one type of shield. In a battlefield, this shield is used as a weapon, and this shield also was made by Tvashta Devata. So definitely you have to worship this deity, or you have to go in such field. If people are asking many a times in career that what I should do, if you are a Chitra person or your spouse is a Chitra person, even though you are not engineer by profession, but you should work in certain organizations, so definitely you will get success in that also. The most preferable tree for you is bel tree, bel which is connected to Shiva. The Bilva Patra we offer on Shiva, you can just Google it, the English name for it, and you can just see how it looks and how we worship. So if you can grow Bilva Patra or Bilva tree near your house, definitely this will also fantastically give you fruit. If your spouse is of Ganishta Nakshatra, Ganishta also like Capricorn and Aquarius, so Saturnine energy is more, as I said before. So if it is this is like the last row, last benches nakshatras. So these people are like calm people waiting for their turn to come. Your spouse is also like that only. Even though you are going somewhere with your spouse, everyone is running, but your spouse will say, okay, let just sit quiet, our turn will come, then only we will go. It's of no use running like others. So they have their own ideas, they have their own opinions, they do not blindly follow anybody. So your spouse is of such nature, right? The deity also is Vasudevata. Vasudevata or It is also called as Gandharva Devata. Gandharvas were immediately next to Devatas. You know, it is a Gandharva. Gandharva has a capacity to give you fantastic fruits. If you worship Gandharva, automatically Vasudevata, Brahma Devata, Indra Devata is happy with you. So Gandharva Puja is also one of the best puja you can do. Om Gandharvaya Namaha mantra also you can chant for this. You know, your spouse is specifically very keen person. He will or she will stick to the event whatever they want to achieve. They will not give up any point of time. They will not give up. Also they are paropkari people, or they are, you know, they like donations also. They always do favors to others, and they do not ask anything in return. They have this tendency of doing favors also. Also you can see that sometimes these people, specifically your spouse, they become so active, they become so restless that people may find them arrogant. Sometimes they speak whatever they want, they bluntly speak the things, and sometimes the situations becomes very worst. So on their speech they have to work very hard. This is the specific criteria one has to follow in Ganishta Nakshatra. Also, you know, they do not fall ill very easily unless and until moon in their chart is not debilitated, or moon in their chart is not afflicted. Definitely they do not fall sick very easily, but they have to take good care of Mars related things, like even though they are chopping tomatoes or they are chopping onions, immediately they have scar in their hand, or they cut their finger, or immediately they may get small burns and all these things. So you have to tell your spouse to take good care of all these things. And even though they know that things are there, still they suffer this way. And you know, this is a nakshatra which is very much connected to uh, giving services. They are service oriented people. Your spouse may be connected to some type of public domain work. Your spouse will be connected to spiritual work. Spouse may be connected to temple activities or some type of NGO activities, or we can say they are in education department, teaching department, or research department, all these things, or chemical, or inventing medicines, or pharmaceutical, or medical department, paramedical people. Your spouse may be having this profession for livelihood. So all this type of situation we see in this people, your spouse. And definitely Mangal is a nakshatra which has lots of energy into it. So always keep in mind that you have to make your Mars in a aligned way. If your seventh lord goes in all these three nakshatras, then you just see that it is in which sign. It is in Mercury sign, or Venus sign, or Saturn sign. Then definitely see, Capricorn is different from Aquarius. Aquarius is again different from Libra. Libra is again different from Gemini. But if you see Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, all three is a trikona. So in this trikona only this nakshatra will fall. Which nakshatra will fall? That is Mrugashirsh nakshatra will fall, Chitra nakshatra will fall, and Ganishta nakshatra will fall. So like that you have to make a table, and then you have to read a chart. This is a clue I am giving all of you. So next time I will come with Rahu nakshatras. By that time stay tuned with Planet to Soul Astrology. Do not forget to subscribe and share my channel. Also do not forget to subscribe my Hindi channel. By that time stay happy, and as I always say, Sabka Mangal Ho. May all be blessed. Namaste.